30 more minutes. Continue on. Right, day number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15, a late night. You arrive home after another long shift and find a note waiting for you on the countertop. You recognize Sam's hurried scrawl. Chris has been evicted for not paying rent. You know where this is headed. Sam's gone to pick Chris's stuff up from the street. Don't wait up. Underline twice. So this is your fault now, is it? You sulkily press play on the cheap horror film you were going to watch together. It used to absolutely terrify you as a kid, but always makes the two of you laugh. It's not the same without Sam, but you still chuckle to yourself occasionally. Just as you get the good bit, the part where Candy decides to investigate alone, your 14-year-old son interrupts. He wants to go to a friend's house. He looks at you in a way only a child can, pleading but somehow defiant. You let him go as long as he promises to be home by 11, or you tell Charlie no, he knows he's not allowed out this late on a school night. 1 or 2, boys, 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Chat, what are we doing? Are we good? Are we nice parent, let him go out, or say no, it's school night, you need to sleep? Which one do we do, chat? Number 2? Okie dokie, 2 it is. 2 it is. Charlie's voice gets louder and louder as he sees you're not going to change your mind. You pretend that it's for your own good. You pretend that it's for my own good, but really you just want to be left alone. I frickin' hate you. He hesitates. He knows he's gone too far, but in his rage he can't bring himself back down. Before you open your mouth, he storms up the stairs and slams his door. I'm really bad at reading, apparently. You decide to give him some space. You both need to cool down. You check in on your son before you head to bed. Which one? 1 or 2? 1 or 2? Which one's we doing? 1 or 2? Do we go leave him alone, or do we check in on him? Which one should we do? Number 1 or number 2? Number 1, okie dokie. Number 1 then. In the morning, you knock on your son's door. There's no reply. Going in, you see his bed is empty and the window is wide open. That cheeky little... When Charlie comes home that night, you ground him until further notice. He has to accept that there are consequences to his actions, apparently. Day 20... Nope, 30... Nope. Day 48. A tight Christmas. Interesting. We're skipping lots of time here. You can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. The snow is settled on the grass outside. The kids are pulling a cracker while your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes open. You always did have a soft spot for Christmas. You're sitting at the head of the table now, your dad's place. Aww. It's been a tense afternoon. Everyone can feel it. It's the first time you've seen Chris since you refused to part with your passport. It's a big change for Sam. The two siblings used to be inseparable. Christmas is usually such a nice time of year. Did you figure out what happened with day 2? Yeah, it was not meant to be day 2. We went straight on to day 3 because that's what's meant to happen. The clatter of cutlery is all that can be heard as Chris stares pointedly at you. Are you having a nice Christmas, Grandma? You make a toast or you stay silent. Which one are we picking? 1, 2, or 3? 1, 2, or 3? Chris stares pointedly at you. 1, 2, or 3. The first person to say either of those numbers in chat will be what we choose. Are you having a nice Christmas? You make toast, or you make a toast, or you stay silent. I can't speak today. Number 1, okie dokie. Are you having a nice Christmas, Grandma? Your mother stares vacantly at you, confused. She comes back to herself with a start of recognition. Yes, thank you, Alex. It's lovely, she murmurs. It's been happening more and more lately. She's got dementia, I bet. The clatter of cutlery is all that can be heard as Chris stares pointedly at you. You make a toast or you stay silent. 1 or 2? 1 or 2, chat. Toast or shh. Toast or shh. Toast or shh. Toasting or staying silent. What one do we want to do? Number 1 or number 2? Number 1 or number 2? Number 1, we make a toast, okie dokie. You stand and raise your glass. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm glad we're all here. There are murmurs of cheers and much clinking of glasses. Chris doesn't move. Yeah, we're all here. Not thanks to you. Chris, sighs Sam. Come on now. It's Christmas. Can't we put that behind us? I wasn't talking to you, or Sam's right. Let's try and enjoy ourselves. 1 or 2? 1? 1? Okie dokie. Chris stands drunkenly. What did you say? Comes the hiss response. Enough, both of you, Sam insists. Nothing, let's forget it, or sorry, did I stutter? 1 or 2? 1's the nice one, 2's the not nice one. Which one are we doing? Number 1 or number 2? Bum ba dum bum. Dun 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 dun. One. Again? 1? Okay. Let's not forget it. You know what? Let me make this easier for you, Chris. Chris spits, heading for the door. Sorry, kids. Sam is standing now too. Oh, nice, Alex. Real nice, Sam exclaims, following Chris and slamming the door. Minutes pass in silence. The cheap canned vegetables taste bitter in your mouth as the meal continues in miserable silence. The clock chimes and you realize you've been chewing a mouthful of watery carrots for about 10 minutes. You're so grateful when your daughter begins telling you about her plans for the year. We'll see so many parts of the world and learn so much about other cultures. And how are you going to pay for all this? Whew. I was hoping you'd help me, Susie admits sheepishly. Suddenly, intent on an itch behind her ear, you sigh and lower your voice. You know money is really tight now that Grandma's staying here. We just don't have that much to spare, Susie. But please, Harriet's parents are helping her. 1 or 2? I'm sorry, I wish I could afford it, but we can't. Or, alright, fine, we'll find a way to make it work. 1 or 2, chat? 1 or 2? Make it work or say no? Make it work or say no? That is the question of the day. Dun, 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 dun. 1. 1. 1. 2. Okay, 2. 2. Happy holidays is the achievement that we just got. Susie's grin stretches from ear to ear. You mean it? That's so great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She hugs you tight before pulling a cracker with her little brother. Their grandma watches them proudly. You try not to think about how you're going to find the money for the trip. Merry Christmas, sweetheart, is all I can say. 2, because that's what I would want my parents to tell me. Fair enough. A welcome windfall. Here we go. Day 60, number 3. 60, number 3. Number 63. You're leafing through a pile of accumulated posts. Each new bill puts your guts like a lead weight in until you're flat. I can't read today. Each new bill pulls on your gut like a lead weight until a flash of blue makes you pause. Recognizing the teal advance logo on the envelope, you tear it open. Dear Winston residents, thank you for sending us your passports for approval. We can now confirm their receipt and validation for the new Assets and Wealth Redemption Scheme. Hopefully this will make the last month of arguments with Sam worth it. As such, it is my pleasure to enclose a check, which we hope you will see as a symbol not only of our gratitude to you, but our unwavering commitment to creating a society free of inequality. Okay. The throbbing of your fresh, speed-induced paper cut is the only reason you can believe you're awake. A check, and a sizable one at that. Chris was right. Advance really are redistributing wealth. We will continue to strive for betterment of this nation and its people. Forwards together. Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. The weight of your financial burden lessens slightly. It's bliss. Just start gambling. Lol. Imagine that. Wow, we don't even get day 69. What is that? That's not nice. Day 72. A long weekend. Why does the zip on this damn case never close? It's your anniversary. Every year, you and Sam go away for a weekend, usually camping. You're not made of money. You've been looking forward to it for ages, finally getting some alone time together where you can forget about the noises of life. No kids, no work, just a bit of romance and some peace and quiet. The zip finally gives up the battle and you drag the bulging suitcase down the stairs. The answering machine is blinking on the hall table. Good evening, Alex. This is Mr. Bozeman. I'm calling you to inform that you will be required to work this weekend. Your heart sinks. Some information has come to light concerning the rising tensions between our nation and foreign powers, and the National Nightly News team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the news first. Needless to say, I will expect your attendance tomorrow morning, 8 AM sharp. Have a pleasant evening, Alex. Shock returns to annoyance and then fury. What are you going to tell Sam? Hi, Fearsome. Welcome. Sam comes downstairs, brimming with excitement, kissing you. They grab the car keys from the dish and start to load your bags into the back. Ignore the message you need this weekend. Apologize profusely to your spouse, but you really should go to work. Bozeman's temper is legendary. Which one? One or two? One or two. Do we go on the holiday or do we go to work? So many options. So many options here, chat. So many options. So many options. Hi, welcome back, Rose. Welcome back. Welcome back. Do we go to work or do we not, chat? It's the most important question. Most important question of the day. Do we go to work or do we not? You don't know? Well, you guys got to pick one. Either one or two. One, ignore the message, you need the long weekend. Or two, apologize profusely and go to work because his temper is legendary. Which one are we thinking, chat? Which one do we want to do? This is a tough one. It is. It's a very tough one. That's why you guys have to decide because it's tough. One. Okay, we have one vote for one, which is go on the weekend. I want other people to have a say in what happens as well. Okay, so basically we can go on a long weekend with our wife, or we cannot, and go to work. We have one vote for one. Do we go to work or not go to work? That is the question. Happy wife, happy life. I mean true. Do we go for one? Do we want to go for one? Do we really want to? You're eating? Okay, well, we'll go for one then. Message deleted. What was that? Comes a voice behind you. Nothing important. You reply as you put on your coat, adrenaline coursing through your body, grabbing Sam around the waist and practically slam the front door. You might as well enjoy your time off. You're going to pay for it on Monday. You sure are, buddy. You sure are. Day 72, 73, 74, 75. An unwelcome return. When you get to work Monday morning, you get some sour looks from your exhausted colleagues. A note sits waiting for you. The immaculate script is blood red. I'm very disappointed, Winston. Was it worth it? We'll find out if Dylan made the right choice. A permission slip. Day 98. Your son Charlie hovers at your elbow as you read. Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping the benefits of cooperation? Join the advanced go-getters today. Forwards together. This doesn't sound like the youth club he was told about. Charlie grabs the flyer from you and thrusts the form into your hand. So I can walk there straight from school and Ben's sister can drop us home. So you won't have to do anything. You sign the permission slip or you refuse to sign it. What do we want, chat? Do we let him go or do we not? One or two. One or two. Do we let him or not let him? Do we let him or not? Do we want him to join the cult or not? The cult of political party. The political cult or not? You guys have to decide. It's your choice. Your choice. Your choice. Unless it's moral issues and then I will. But Sounds like a cult, yes. So do we let him go or not? 1 or 2? The choice is all yours. 2? Okay, we're not doing it. We're refusing to sign the forms. He's gonna be angry at us. Sorry, mate, I just don't think it's the right place for you. You hand back the form gently. What? This is so unfair. Why? I know it seems that way, Charlie, but you'll understand soon enough. Day 98 to day 101. 101. Ha 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 ha. Was it 101? A free ticket. Some guys at work gave them to me free. They can't go. Sam stands in front of you, brandishing 2 tickets. You see title in bold letters. Alan James is right in front of you. I'm really unsure. What do you think? Shall we go? Free tickets are free tickets. He's a character and it'll be hilarious if nothing else. I don't think so. The guy's a nut job. Alan James was the one who was on the radio, and he was the one who was like being really, really aggressive and had like the really weird kind of views, or like wasn't meant to mean weird kind of views. So what do we do? Do we take the tickets or do we not go? 1 or 2? 1, we go. Okie dokie, we go. Free tickets are free tickets. The show is entertaining, but much less funny than you thought. He's a powerful public speaker, and something about it sticks in your mind. Lying in bed that night, wide awake, long after Sam's breathing turns heavy, it hits you. It was the crowd. Not laughing, but roaring. Middle of the road is the achievement we got locked. Don't know what that means, but hey. Middle of the road. Maybe we're like halfway. Day 110, a profitable partnership. After a particularly long day at work, you come home to find the post sorted into piles, as Sam has taken to doing recently. Most of it is the usual rubbish, but a letter with the increasingly familiar advanced logo and urgent respond immediately plastered on the front in a correspondingly urgent red font grabs your attention. Best get it over with. Dear Winston residents, this letter is to inform you that the advanced government has taken another step forwards in our fight for equality. By nationalizing the largest private corporations and redistributing their resources among citizens of this great country, the Partnership Bonds program ensures that wealth created by people is delivered to the people. You don't remember this being in their manifesto. Okay. Every household will become a partner in 2 of 4 carefully selected institutions chosen by Advance for consistent high performance and financial security. Please note all returns are based on public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the following. Eye of the Beholder Incorporated. Whether it's cosmetics, clothing, or couture, we see the beauty in all our customers, so that's clothing and cosmetics. Neil's Deals Limited. It's always a steal from Crazy Neil. We can have Crazy Neil. Pleasure Corp. Our business is your pleasure, from sport to travel, or even just some you time. You can't say pleasure without leisure. Okay. Or Remington Civist PLC. We're everywhere and everything, a worldwide company for worldwide community. Which one? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Cosmetics, Neil, Crazy Neil, and his deals. Pleasure Corp or Remington Civist. Which one? Cosmetics, Crazy Neil, Pleasure, or worldwide community. Which one are we gonna do? Do. 4 sounds too sus. 3, Pleasure Corp. I kind of want to go Crazy Neil, just for fun. But we can do Pleasure Corp. Rose can have the deciding vote. 3 or 2 are the 2 options you have, Rose. 3 or 2. Crazy Neil's Deals or Pleasure Corp. Which one do you think would be best, Rose? Neil? Joseph says Neil. You don't care? Okay, Neil it is. Neil it is. Neil it is. And for your second bomb, please select one of the following. Oh, we'll go Pleasure Corp for this one then. Okay, we're going Pleasure Corp. We can do both. It's great. Day 10, a profitable partnership. Thank you for making your selection. Please return this form using the envelope provided. You will receive a report from your partnership in 3 to 6 working months. What's a working month? Does that mean just a month that is worked? But you technically work every month, so I don't quite understand what that means. It seems even advance can't defeat the quagmire of governmental bureaucracy. The future of the nation is in partnership. Forwards together, Julius Salisbury and Peter Clement. Just how much influence could you have? Who knows? Who knows? You just want to eat your chips? Oof, okay then. We're skipping a lot of time. A lot of time. Is this a partnership? Oh no, we're going to work. We going to work. We going back to work, boys. This will be the last one for the day. And then we'll end off. This will be our last day of work. Last day of work. That was 20 minutes of picking options. Crazy stuff. There's a lot of choice in this game. Didn't realize that. Right. Righty-ho. Righty-ho. Can we go, please? Please. Can we load, please? That's the one thing about this game. It takes forever to load. Here we go. Lovely. The Tempest.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show. Total pimp. My God, that weather looks nasty.
Subscribe weekly to enjoy this delightful twist on reading experience. I like the word subscribe, so we're going to do that. Okie dokie. We got that.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said.
10 seconds, everybody.
Pricks. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf.
Okay, we've got 2 people now.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julius Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings, could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall become.
Ooh.
Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above.
Okie dokie.
I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
That's exclamation point Prime, I believe.
As the last Mr. Snugglehogs is found and destroyed, we ask, how could we have been so blind?
Fortunately, this station wisely chose not to advertise Mr. Snugglehogs.
Yeah, we did.
Subsequent disappointing sales turned out to be a miracle, as only 7 children were horribly injured by the lethal toy. How much worse could it have been? Thankfully, we'll never know.
Questions have been raised about the government's judgment, with Prime Minister Peter Clement forced to apologise this morning for seeming to endorse the self-combusting plaything in this publicity shot taken last Christmas. Let's hope his niece recovers quickly.
Table for 2. Johnny Hamsleys and Tiffany Lamore were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year, and this image is sure to place them firmly back in the tabloids.
Could we be on the verge of the biggest celebrity wedding since professional wrestler Randy Grizzlenuts
Who knows?
married his longtime tag team partner Tina Tiny Hands last year in a wrestling ring made entirely of cake.
Is this one celebrated role about to become the bad boy of sport?
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today. Though its critics are skeptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
When only a Flard will do, you need the Flard Master. Accompanying the announcement that rocked the construction industry this morning, the breakthrough device for aiding in installation is sure to change the way we see the humble Flard.
With that exclusive Prime Ministerial interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon live at the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Wow, we're upgrading, boys. We got 2 people to worry about now. Okay, this is a bit weird. And the news team. And the news team.
But first tonight, while Advance is certainly proving popular with the majority of the country, who've seen their wealth and standards of living increase considerably, for some, the transition has not been as pleasant.
That's right, Megan. The formerly aristocratic members of our society have had to make major adjustments to come to terms with the new regime.
Robin Short is in suburbia investigating rumours that these previously privileged people may be planning some kind of protest. Robin?
Thanks, Megan. I'm here in moderate Hatchings to talk to Wentworth and Penelope Somerset Bentley, who were relocated to the house you see behind me after Advance passed the Assets and Wealth Act on their first day in office. Tell me, how are you settling into your new lives?
Quite frankly, Robin, we're not settling in at all. Our neighbours are whitewatters.
Simply untenable. I hope you'll forgive my language, but it's as steaming as a Wednesday hatch basket with too much spatting.
Steady now, Penelope. Sorry, Robin, my sister's under a lot of pressure. She had to dress herself this morning and she still hasn't quite recovered.
My goodness, that must have been quite a shock.
She really struggles with women's, Robin.
Well, at least you've been rehoused in a nice big house.
Big house? This grubby little gaddis spatch only has one staircase.
And the breakfast room and the dining room in the same bloody place. Imagine that. And everyone's grub in one room. One room, Robin.
So what would you say to the people that feel that your family has had it far too easy for far too long, and that these redistributions are both fair and just?
I hardly think we've had it easy for fuss's sake. Only one of our swimming pools was even heated.
But realistically...
Only one of the swimming pools was heated. Wow, okay.
Thank you, Wentworth. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason.
I think our toilet butler was from Swinstead. Dear George. Oh, I wonder what happened to him. Daddy tried to shoot him in the buttocks and he ran off into the woods. No, that's probably my last happy memory, Robin.
Tragic, but what can you do?
We will rise and rebel.
Yes.
We wage war on our revolting rulers with righteous words and rebellious writings. Our best guess in our quest for redress is to divest our breasts and not dress bare, just protest.
Oh, what's that? Daddy! Daddy! Daddy!
Please don't do that. We can't show this on the news.
Tilly! Get the dog!
Tilly's our mummy. She's proper dragged to off too.
You are showing some shame.
See, the protest has started already. Nice sharp work, boy.
Thanks, Daddy.
He gets that from me, you know.
And forgive me, what are you trying to achieve here?
We just want to be fucking well heard, that's all.
Language, Penelope. We are nude, not rude.
Sorry, Daddy.
We want the world to realise we won't roll over and run away. We will revolt. We will rise again.
Yes, we bloody will. Stop and pick up.
Well, Jeremy, Megan, as this embryonic protest movement takes one of the top legs, is back here in the studio. I'm Robin Short, struggling surreptitiously in moderate hatchings.
Thanks, Robin.
That was weird. Jeez. Woo!
Hey, Megan.
Speak for yourself there, Jeremy, but I've seen enough shaft work to last me a lifetime.
I'm sure you have. But can a naked protest movement ever really catch on? It doesn't seem like the way we do things in this country.
But as I'm sure you're aware, Jeremy, this country is becoming a very different place.
Yes, but seriously, who's going to run around naked in our weather?
Hopefully not you, Jeremy.
Yes, well, there wouldn't be enough canvas for the slogans.
When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages. We'll be back.
1 minute back. Sorry, I'm busting.
Righty ho, there we go. Whew, that was weird.
She's funny.
Yes, I know. It's very endearing.
Screws and fixings. Gotta love screws and fixings, boys.
Why is it raining on my desk?
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news. Bozeman out.
Okie dokie. We got an E for that. That's kind of unfortunate. We did screw up a bit of stuff there. But yeah, I'm not too worried about that one. I think I'm getting a bit better. I think I nailed the sensors, apart from the first one. Other than that one, I think I did pretty well. So we'll have to see what we have next.
I always say welcome back.
Maybe we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto-cue.
10 seconds.
I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
It's fine. It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You join me live here for the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Ellie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the Orangi hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending, it's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Still going on.
A bit weird, eh? Bit weird, bit weird.
Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brains. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker. For shot number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing it under her leg. Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So it's really not a good start for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change it. Now we have the ceremony.
This is such a weird sport, jeez.
And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense. Striker giving it large. We're into round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. Unfortunately, broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arms.
Well,
Try and ignore all of that. Security, I'm sure we're going to take that as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult. I'm struggling to follow.
oopsies, I did a boo-boo.
Yeah, alright, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now.
I did boo-boo.
Close that massive gap. Lady Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris. And was that offensive thumb screw? We haven't seen that since the heats. What a brilliant move. Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastery of this play here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there.
This is such a weird sport.
But he is a late bloomer, of course, I've always said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves. 4 rounds and several sub-genres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington's Fist. Must be some music to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it. Is running around here with his genitals on display for all to see. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dancing, to be fair. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it. And the bucket's been knocked over! I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television.
Okay.
And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Whew, that was hard. That was a bit difficult.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these 2 players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't. Not bad. Well, that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around. Back to Harris here. God, what I wouldn't give to be that ball. I'm all right, ladies.
What?
Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles on the floor, it's not going in the bucket. Back to Striker.
This is such an odd sport.
And Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course perhaps and yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mug. What a massive shame. Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. Here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact. Caution from the referee. Who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? Oh, for God's sake. Okay, like... I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean, there's sort of breast genitals. I mean, there's only so much you can do.
Oh my gosh. No, hold up.
Carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters are hoping we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. What's going on here? Yes. Yes, very good. Take them away.
Jeez. These protesters are quite quite a thing.
It's an absolute bloody. Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round.
Or a mime round.
It's a mime round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go in there at this point. Really high level play here from two absolute juggernauts of the sport.
This is such a weird sport. Such a weird sport, but it's so funny. So funny. Mime round, here we go.
Bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there. It's quite late on from Striker. But she's in it to win it. On it like a car bonnet.
On it like a car bonnet? What the heck?
Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Hasn't had his potassium or what's going on today with and he's throwing it, and the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic, there we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official. In, please.
This is so weird. So weird.
Of the first annual Sports Board Championship. Is everyone!
Okay, the ref has agreed once again a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in Sports Board Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me.
Oh, what is this?
To collect their medals, their 6th and 7th respectively. And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all I always have to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon there had an extraordinary final.
Historic sports board.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement.
Yikes. This is not good.
That's coming up after these messages. That's coming up after 1 minute back. Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shocked me. Where's that sound guy?
Oh gosh, no.
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now. I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Boozman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance that this storm is causing the odd power surge, so your controls might be a bit dangerous. Now I know you're tough and you can take the odd shock for the sake of a perfect news broadcast, but too many in quick succession can stop the old ticker. I'm sure you'll make the right decisions.
So sorry about all the buckets. We seem to have sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
Gonna need a whole new lining up there. Triple C, actually.
Okie dokie, that was absolutely funny.
Miss Wolf, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
Absolutely hilarious.
Bloody right, Peter Clement. That's a firm handshake.
Oops, didn't see that.
Tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Clement on your left.
Right you are, pet.
Ooh.
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine. Have you had a little accident?
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and...
We know these writing titles, it doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whingers most.
People who have yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open. But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you.
It's death, Pet. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that Advance have cured death?
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close up, Captain.
Oh, sorry, it's coming forward.
When I was 13, me mum came and got me from school. He had to go to the hospital. My granddad, he collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. When I went in to see him, he were all frail and pale. I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope. 3 days later, he were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time. Oh, it was awful. It was awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. They could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't. Or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose.
Gosh, this is really difficult. Sorry, I'm really focusing on this.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did.
Sorry, I forgot that I was streaming for a second there. I'm just way too focused.
The service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
Transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for.
We're doing really poorly on this one.
So, even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity.
Really not too good. It's because we keep getting zapped.
Choice is important. This is a service only for people who choose it. People who feel they've run their course. Don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline into an
Just giving me electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. From my asshole.
We're still on the air, Peter.
Yes, sorry, my apologies.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry, I've got sacked again. Can I get a little bit of help? Please.
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
Jesus, I rose your face!
Sorry. That the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of my grandmother with a rutting twat.
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information film tonight. Did you tell your viewers
These are absolutely crazy, these two.
Breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be an officer here.
Whoopsies.
We're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here.
Yes, that's all we have time for tonight.
Jeez, that was terrible.
Thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Award Final. And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night. You can.
Good job, everybody.
So they just...
It seems so.
I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's for my nephew, so we transitioned the moment I saw the leak.
That was weird. That ending was really, really weird. I thought I was dying there for a second. Whew. Okay. Yikes. So yeah, sorry that I was very, very quiet. That was a lot of hardcore focusing I had to do there. I hope you enjoyed the mindless chitter-chatter of what they were doing. Yeah. Loading screens can be skipped by inventing a time machine. Wow, did you know that, chat? If you invent a time machine, you can skip loading screens. It's a pretty cool fact that probably you didn't know. Yeah. Day, question mark, question mark, question mark. The lockdown, wow. Talk about topical. Okay.
Oh, thank God you're alive. It's Jenny, the floor manager. Are you okay? Alex, you need to get it together. Look at the broadcast screen. Just look at it. That's all we've been putting out since you went down. You have to fix it, now. Look left, Alex, out the window. See? They're all over it, little bastards. You're going to need a full charge to clear that many off. Hold down the big button until it's fully charged. Then release it to zap the little fuckers. Excellent, Alex. We're broadcasting again. They must have built up while you were napping. Usually it only takes a tap on the button to clear one. Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again. Great. That seems to be the last of them. For now. Right. We're about a minute out. Get the adverts loaded up. I've got to deal with my pet idiot. And Alex, keep your ears open. You'll hear them climbing up the tower. Don't let them build up.
Okay. Hold up. We're gonna end off here for today. So we won't be doing this. We might do this next time. This is the second part. The DLC that was released during lockdown. So yeah.